Hey gamers, Tony here from the Classically.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast, and I'm back with another hardware review. And you might be asking yourself, where the heck am I sitting? Well, I'm sitting in my kitchen. I don't really know why, but it's quiet, the kids are in bed, and it's just a great chance to have a kitchen table to do a hardware review on. So I thought, why not? What the heck? Tonight I'm going to be reviewing the Sapphire Radeon AMD R7 260X budget graphics card. This is a graphics card Sapphire sent over to me a couple months back. I'm so thankful for that. They have a great PR representative who is a fantastic communicator and really keeps people like me up to date, and so I always appreciate that. This video card review will not be uber technical, and what I mean by that is there's a boatload of tech sites out there that review video cards. They break it down to the chipset benchmarks on like 10 different games, and I actually really appreciate those reviews. I actually go and before I buy a video card, and I go and make sure that it's the kind of video card I want with the performance I want, and I usually base it off of reviews from those sites. So they definitely have their place, and I'm definitely thankful for those. But I'm a gamer, and so my hardware reviews on video cards are all about performance and just basically, hey, let's stick in one of the latest games we have, let's see how it looks in our case, let's have a quick look at the hardware, and let's just see how it performs for someone who wants to buy a graphics card, plug it into their PC, and get pretty decent performance. And so the Sapphire R7 260X is the budget card in their series. It has, I'm just reading off the box here, a couple of the big key things I think are worth mentioning. Low power, it's a low power solution, and so basically it needs a 500 watt PSU to run, and I think if you run it in Crossfire it's going to take 600, but 500, which is a fairly small PSU that people can pick up for a budget gaming rig. It also has one fan to keep it cool, which I'll show you in just a minute. It's a 2 GB GDDR5 factory overclocked card, so that's really cool. It also supports AMD Eyefinity through HDMI and some other multiple ports, which we'll look at when we look at the hardware. So you can actually support up to 3 monitors on this. But overall, I really trust Sapphire's video cards. I've trusted them for a while, and I'm really happy with those. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual hardware of the R7 260X. We'll take a closer look at of the build quality and things like that, and then we'll dive into how it looks in the case, how it kind of performs, and some of the software it comes bundled with, and then I'm going to show it off with Age Inquisition and how it performs with a brand new game that just came out with very stunning visuals. So let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, so I have the Sapphire R7 260X out of the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the hardware here. It has a single fan setup, a nice big fan. For the couple months that I ran this card stayed incredibly cool. Did not overheat at all, and as you'll see a little bit later in this video, I do some Dragon Age footage with it. Did long gaming sessions with it without any hitch. This is the inside where the PCIe slot is. Obviously no fancy back panel on the back of this like the Toxic card I have, but really nice sturdy card, not overly big. On the back side here, Sapphire always does some really cool design stuff, so even when it's popped into your system like this, you got simple 6-pin power connector here and nice little Sapphire logo there. Doesn't light up or anything, but you don't need it to. It's a nice budget card. On the front plate here we have a display port, full size HDMI, full size, and two DVI ports, and a nice little vent fan here. Basic card, but nice budget card, really nice cooling, really nice chassis or chassis, whatever you want to say, and overall really like the hardware. So let's go ahead and dive into the software now. Alright, so here's the side of my computer case. It's a medium Thermaltake case, but a really nice mid-size case. And so just to kind of give you some perspective, I would say it's one of the bigger mid-size cases, but it's really nice. And I've never had an issue with even long cards fitting in there, but here is the R7 260X from Sapphire. You can see it fits right in there with plenty of room. Obviously we got the one fan under here, and it's a nice, kind of a nice even fit to the case, and I like it because there's lots of room to breathe around it. I have had some video cards, obviously, they go clear out here, almost hitting my chassis, but that's not the case with, obviously, this budget card. But I just wanted to show you really quick what it looks like in the case. So let's go ahead and dive into some of the software and obviously the game footage now. Okay, so before I dive into showing off some of the gameplay footage today, I'm actually going to talk about 3 key programs I use in conjunction with my Sapphire R7 260X video card. The first thing I use is actual hardware device that comes with software, and the software you can see on screen, it's Hauppauge Capture, but it comes with the hardware from Hauppauge ComputerWorks, the HD PVR2 Gaming Edition. And I actually have used this for my PC recordings for years. What I love about it is it takes all the pressure off of my software and hardware in my PC and actually does all the video encoding in the HD PVR2, which is an external device, and then sends just the video back to my computer. So it actually can record 1080p 30 frames per second, and I have this microphone hooked up right now, the Blue Snowball, as you see on screen here, and then in addition I'm recording all my screen right now and live audio using that device. And so I really like it, not only for videos like this where I'm doing a Windows tutorial, but also videos where I'm actually recording high definition gameplay footage. So I'm going to minimize out of that. That's the first program I'm going to show you. I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested in learning more. The second thing I want to show you is what type of system I'm testing this card with. And so I have the Sapphire R7 260X plugged into a Windows 7 based PC. I'm running an AMD FX 8350 8-core processor, running at 4 gigahertz. I am using 16 gigabytes of Kingston HyperX Beast RAM in a 64-bit operating system, and you'll see my Windows experience is clocking in at 7.7. Not the highest, but definitely not the worst. Most of that is tied to my processor calculations per second, and then graphics all kind of coming in right around that 7.7 range, with my SSD clocking in at 7.9. So I have a 7.7 average, but overall very happy with this performance. And now the third piece of software I'm going to show you quickly is what's coming with all AMD cards now, like the Sapphire Radeon R7 260X we're talking about today, and that's AMD Gaming Evolved or Rapture software. You can do a lot of different things. You can record, you can broadcast, you can launch games out of the software. I don't do any of the recording or broadcasting because I don't want anything. Like I said, I do it all through the Hauppauge devices to take the pressure off of my PC. What this does, though, this software really works well. It actually keeps my AMD card up to date with the latest drivers, and then the biggest thing that it does is optimizes games, which is something I really want to happen with a medium range card like the R7 260X, because I want to get the most bang for my buck, knowing that it's not the highest end card on the market, but I still want to have a good experience gaming. So what it does is it tweaks the game settings for you, so you can really have a good experience with your game. So I'm going to go into library here, and you'll see all the different games I currently have installed, and it'll say this game is optimized for quality. It'll show you what the current settings are for the best quality. So some games I can run certain things on ultra, like Divinity Original Sin. I can really amp it up with this R7 260X, which kind of shows you the power of the card. Here's another popular game, Tomb Raider. I'm running it on mostly medium to normal settings, which is what I expect out of a highly graphical game like Tomb Raider using a card like this. Still really great experience. Obviously not top of the line, but I can buy a budget card like this and enjoy a great gaming experience. And then the other game is Dragon Age Inquisition, which is the game I'll be showing you today. This game just came out this week on November 18th, and it's running the game at medium settings, 1080p. Really happy with the performance I'm getting from this card on a brand new game. like Dragon Age. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of that footage. Before I do that, I'll hop into Mass Effect here. It says this game is not optimized, so all I have to do is go over here, click the optimize button, and it'll say your game is now optimized, and it sets the settings of the game automatically. So a game that came out a few years ago like Mass Effect can run it at ultra high. So really pleased with the performance of this card. Let's go ahead and dive into Dragon Age Inquisition. I will have Fraps up and running, the recording software, but I won't be doing any recording with it, just simply to show you these settings on Dragon Age, medium settings with the R7 260X, and I'm going to show you what the frames per second are while I'm playing. But overall, I think you're going to enjoy this footage, so let's go ahead and dive into Dragon Age. Alright, so here we are in the world of Dragon Age Inquisition. Remember, I'm capturing with the HD PVR2, and there's no pressure on my PC. I do have Fraps open just for the counter in the top right hand corner. We're playing with the R7 260X at medium settings, optimized by the Rapture AMD gaming software, and we're getting pretty good graphical performance, staying at 1080p over 30 frames per second, which is, for a brand new game that's this beautiful, I think is pretty good. I'm going to go into the settings and show you just once again to make sure that you know I'm not ripping any of you off with what it's optimized at, but everything's at custom quality set by the Rapture third-party software, and everything's coming in right around a medium. Obviously a couple of the bigger things are coming in low, but overall pretty good graphical settings, especially for a brand new game and a budget card. As you can see, the world still looks very beautiful, very playable. And even as I move around, everything kind of stays over, averaging between 35 and 45 frames per second.
Please, somebody, my wife needs help.
Dive into some conversation here,
She gets sick when the weather's foul.
even getting up to 50 and 60 at times.
Our son Hindle makes a potion that lets
Picking
him
up a
breathe.
side quest.
He's the only one who can make it, but he's joined that cult in the hills. Please, get to him and tell him what's wrong.
Overall, I have to say, I've been testing out the R7 260X on several games now, and the performance is as promised. It's a low power consumption card from Sapphire, very high quality. I've had no issues with it, no coil whine or anything like that. And then it just makes me proud to think that even on brand new games like Dragon Age Inquisition, I can still get really high quality out of those games and play those games. So overall, very pleased with the card, highly recommended, especially this is going to be the card you want if you're a budget gamer. You're a budget gamer looking to, you know, maybe come in a little over $100, and still get really great performance, really great bang for your buck. This is going to be the card for you. So definitely recommend it. Check it out and see what you think for yourself, and I'm open to answering any questions in the comment section below. This has been Tony from the ClassicLeague.com Gaming and Electronic Podcast signing off. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe, and add me in on Dragon Age if you're playing. This game's friggin' sweet. Talk to you later.
Right.